Hopefully you join our upcoming episodes because we have a lineup of great guests coming up. Welcome to the Real Estate Investment Nomad Podcast. I am your host, Natalie Salas, an international real estate expert. Join me as we explore the thrilling world of global real estate. Whether you are a local realtor aiming to go global or an investor curious about international opportunities, this is the podcast for you. Get ready to transform your approach and achieve global real estate success to become a real estate investment nomad. Hello, welcome to the Real Estate Investment Nomad Podcast. My name is Natalie, and today we're in Playa del Carmen with a very special guest, Manuel Furtado here. Thanks for being with us today.
It's my pleasure. Thank you very much for the invitation.
Thanks for, we've had to find some time in his calendar because he's really busy. Not only because just for having fun in the Riviera Maya, but because you're one of the top producers in the area in our company. And I wanted to chat with you to just share your experience, your why, and why you're here, because people are wondering, like, why Mexico? Will you tell us a little bit about your story, where everything started? And we'll talk more about real estate after that.
For sure. So my relationship with Mexico started 25 years ago, actually. I came to Mexico for a spring break vacation with some friends during the March spring break. Mm-hmm. And I will never forget when I had my 2 feet in the sand in Cancun, this feeling to be in the Caribbean. I was telling to myself, one day I'm going to live here. That's for sure. So I don't know how, when, and it was just a feeling that I knew that someday I was going to live this kind of lifestyle. The sunshine, the heat, the waves, the Caribbean Sea, everything was like so cool, so relaxed, so chill. So this was the beginning of the idea, the project in my head.
Mm-hmm. That's when you started the curiosity about Mexico and exploring the option of living here. And that was 25 years ago, as you mentioned. Where were you born, and what brought you, let's say, in this season of your life to start with the real estate, your career?
So I'm raised and born in Canada, Quebec. But my parents are Portuguese, both of them, mm-hmm. and probably I was made in Portugal because, my mom, she had me, she was 18 years old, and home we speak Portuguese. So I speak Portuguese home all the time with my parents, and in Montreal, Quebec, French community. I was in the French community side, so I learned French at school, but still always speaking Portuguese with my parents. My father, it's a kind of respect to talk to him in Portuguese. And I've learned English with the business, actually. So pretty late in my life, around 20 years old and over, I'm starting to speak English and for the business. So, and Spanish came very 3 years ago now, 4 years ago, Spanish, to be in this new lifestyle of the Caribbean. So I'm very fortunate to say that today I speak 4 languages. Not perfectly, but I'm getting conversations with everybody. I'm getting important discussions with notaries in our job and the real estate lawyers. And I understand pretty much everything. And I still take some classes of Spanish. And just being living this life with and to be surrounded with friends that they're speaking many languages. That's amazing.
It's very cultural. I feel like many people think of Mexico as a place that is, a vacation place only, and or the other side of the spectrum will be like, it's a dangerous place. I don't want to go there. Bad things happen here. But I think it's just propaganda from
media.
Yeah. What made you decide? You're like, I want to bring my whole family. You have 2 kids and your beautiful wife, and you're like, I'm moving there and I'm not coming back.
Well, I had friends. It was here 4 or 5 years ago, living for a couple of years, and we had some discussions over Facebook, the social media, and seeing that they have a nice lifestyle. I also had friends in Florida, and just regarding the media, they don't tell the truth all the time. We know that, and the regular media is the worst. You need to go on websites and special groups to find out other things. And we communicate with our friends in Mexico during the COVID time. 3 years ago, 4 years ago, some bad things were happening, and we're a little bit insecure about all this situation. We were talking about this, and it was very consuming, energy consuming, and we didn't like the feeling, and so we just decided to take some vacation, because anyways everybody was home, work from home, the school was from home, and I said to my wife, why we're here, because we don't have fun. We can go somewhere else. So we called my friends in Florida. Yeah, everything is fine here, no problem, come over. And same thing to Mexico. And actually my friends from Mexico, they say, listen, it's very cheap price, it's very affordable to be in Mexico. So if you want to have like a longer vacation, try Mexico first, So, and that's the story. So we came here for a couple months, 3 months, 4 months. Now at the fourth month, I said, listen, I like this. And I rented my house back in Canada. I was making good revenues. My wife was working online. The kids were homeschooling and starting the school here, because we made all the legal residency cards and whatever we need to be. We're always proactive, asking questions, surrounding with the lawyers, good people. And it was like kind of simple, not that easy, but it was simple. And you follow the steps, and time flies. We're almost 4 years now living here. I was thinking that I was go to the United States. I still love, Florida and all that places, but we really have a good time here, more relaxed. The lifestyle is just easier. We are not pressured with the society, with consumption, to have the 2 big cars in front of the door, the big house, all these things, the material things. We did a complete purge of these materials. We change our mindset. We don't need to have all these materials. And it's the best thing that it happened to us, because we know now that we can live very comfortable with much less material. We only have 1 car. We used to have 2 cars. Mm-hmm. We rent where we live. We don't buy anymore where we live, because this money, I took it and I invest in real estate. So I have multiple properties that pays rent to me, and I take this money and I pay my rent. So basically, I'm living here in Mexico for free. Mm-hmm. So this is one of the best strategies, everybody should know, but nobody is doing it, because, the banks want you to have a mortgage and to have a house, but the house, it's not an investment until you sell it with profit. Right. So this is kind of my lifestyle right now, and it's just, we don't prepare everything in advance. We just live the present moment, and we enjoy life. We are like testing pretty much everything and having new friends. And basically you need to embrace the change. Yeah. That's an important thing.
That's very inspiring, because many people stay behind because they're very fearful on the change. And then when they get here, they're like, oh, why did I wait so long? And for you guys, you were, no, I think I like it. And I think, why not staying? For us, at least, it was very similar during the pandemic. We came, I think a lot of people came during the pandemic because we were looking for a place that was not shut down, or we were told what to do. And we don't know, I think, that we don't have freedom until you actually, are in the extreme of the pandemic. And then you realize, actually, we're not free, and we are in this system that is a little oppressive. And until you step back and look where you left behind, you're like, actually, I didn't realize I was in a mini cage of my own. Like you make your own.
Exactly.
And many people right now, I feel like they live like that. They're not aware, or they're like, they cover their eyes. They're like, it's fine, it's not horrible, but it's not great. Have you meet people on your journey? And I think that's kind of your mission too, from what you share online a lot on the lifestyle, inspiring other people to make the change or to follow what you did as an example.
Yeah.
Is that like, where did I start? Is that something that you did because you didn't do real estate before, but now you are applying this to your lifestyle and how you live your life, like you were saying, properties.
Absolutely.
And how to like house hacking, which is
well,
awesome.
I think changing your lifestyle, your habits, is very uncomfortable. That's why people, they don't like to change. They feel secure when they have all the same habits and doing the same thing and seeing the same neighbors neighborhood, and they feel comfortable there where they are, until they go somewhere else and they open up a little bit their mind and they see that, there's also a nice living here. And if you have the chance to travel a lot in the world, that I do. Last year I traveled 8 times, 2 times in Europe and in Canada and US. So I never traveled that much. And normally I used to travel 2 weeks per year. Mm-hmm. Like I had 4 weeks vacation, like most of the people. I took 2 weeks for traveling and the other 2 weeks local vacation. Mm-hmm. So when you travel and you see there's different cultures, different way to live, and the temperature of stress are very, very different in many countries. And coming here to Mexico, at the beginning, I was feeling that people were like slow, like even lazy, but it's not. It's just a way to live, and I discovered this, very fast, that I was too stressed. I was bringing my stress from Canada to Mexico. And after a certain period of time, you just calm down naturally. And you cannot do this during 2 weeks. You cannot stress and, calm down enough by 2 weeks. 1 month, you're starting to have this feeling, okay, I'm relaxing. 2 months, 3 months, wow, I'm changing. Mm-hmm. 6 months, completely different. So after a couple of years, we get very, very comfortable with a new lifestyle. So the stress is a big factor, and it's very important to manage our stress. Mm-hmm. So you have good stress and bad stress, but most of the people in the big cities, they have really bad stress.
And then you don't realize too, because when you're in this zone of everything is going so fast, you're in a big city, you have to work, you have to probably work 2-3 jobs. Some people do that. And then when you step back is when you realize, oh my God, I was really I'm always living on the edge, but on my stress and my health. So until something bad happens, you don't realize that how stressed you were, and then you come here and you're like, it happened to me the same. I was like, why were you so slow? And then when we're doing transactions or conversations, I had to you had to adjust your tone to the culture, because many people, I feel, not only adapt, but sometimes they try to take over the space and without respecting what is already here. And mm-hmm. that has been kind of the balance we had to find, because sometimes, yes, you want to come and move to the place, but you have to adjust to the culture. Some people just come and just do a little hub of Americans or Canadians and they don't talk to anybody else. Has it happened to you that they tell you that, it's getting gentrified in Mexico because we're coming too many people from North America because we're not happy there?
It's true. I in some areas I can feel that, but I recommend to anyone to, when you expat yourself in another country, you're not home until you live full time for many, many years, I feel. So you need to respect the culture, respect the people, and in any country, anyways, anywhere, you need to respect people. And there's some habits, there's some rules, there's some how do you say that?
Like a guideline.
Right? Yeah, guidelines about the country that, here, people do the siesta. The first time I was in one of my projects, I went to see the construction, and I saw like 50, 60 Mexican workers lay down on the cement, on the like they were sleeping for a siesta. Like for a couple seconds, I was thinking they're all dead on the floor. So no, it's just cultural. Like 1, 2 p.m., boom, they stop for half an hour because of the heat. They're hard workers. They work 12, 16 hours sometimes. And you get used to it. The police officers, with the lights always open here, it's the way they work. They want to be seen. So, and the opposite in Canada, Montreal, they hide all the time and they try to catch you. It's not even fun. In the area of Quebec, you're feared about the police. Here, the police officers are your friends. They actually, I saw a police officer helping a Mexican guy with the car because the car was, problems with the mechanic, and the car was stalled on the side. So I've never seen this in my life. 2 police officers helping the guy pushing the car. Really, they are there to help the community and not trying to get you a ticket or something like that.
Yeah, I feel like when I'm back in Chicago too, you have to be mindful of all the red lights, the police. I mean, all the tickets that you get because the economy there sometimes is struggling, but we don't see that. But I feel like you have to pay money for everything, like your plates, your car, not only the maintenance. If you go through the red light or just like little tiny things that it minds your experience there, and you're like, every time I come here, I spend so much money just to live. But not only the regular, it's more like sometimes the states, at least the state of Illinois, is so broke that they just take it on the people. And you always feel like they're absorbing you and feeding off of you. So when I come here, too, it's just different because not many things are mandatory. Like if you have insurance for your car, that's good. But you don't have to have insurance for your house, or you have to have whatever. I mean, they don't make you do anything unless you choose to.
You're more responsible. You're more responsible. It's not mandatory, some things. And I feel the same. So more freedom and great experience overall because, for example, last night I went to bring my son to the soccer field. He's playing soccer every day. Like he's a soccer fan. He plays soccer 4 hours a day. He wants to be professional, like every young man. And I think he can do something good. But by the meantime, 2 hours of practice, I went to the beach. So I just passed by the Playa 72, watch a lot of great people, and there's 5 volleyball nets. I went to say hi, and everybody say hi to everybody. That's amazing. I never had this experience in Montreal or close to my house. When you go, just for an example, you go to the dentist, you get in the room, and here they say hi to everybody. Buenos dias, buenas tardes, they very polite and with a nice smile, and they say hi to everybody. Back in my hometown, nobody speaks to nobody. Like even you say hi to somebody, he's gonna see at you, and you're gonna feel weird. So I love getting back 25 years from maybe. When we were younger, I think it was more like that. So here we feel this human connection, very important. It's just a nice feeling. And it's proven here in Riviera Maya that we are in the Mayan territory with a really, really good energy. And I can tell you that we are feeling this energy. It's just high vibes, good people. You chill, you go to the beach, you go to the fresh market, and we're still professionals. We have jobs. I create my own business here. I work with my wife, Karen. Even my son, he's 15 years old now. He's my drone pilot. He's editing some videos. A family business. We create things here.
You almost give me the chills, but yeah, it's right. the energy here is so different. Not only the stress levels, but also lifestyle and people who come together. Because not everybody stays, but the ones that stay, they stay for a purpose or a reason of, I just want a different life. I mean, I'm ready to change. And there are no people that are retiring yet. I see a lot of people that are young, in their 20s, 30s, 40s, and up. Before we used to think about, I'll go to the beach whenever I'm old and I'm retiring. But at that point, probably you can't even enjoy this area, right? For your buyers and for your business, have you seen that trend going on the type of people, the families that come here? Because before maybe it was just the 55 and up crowd, and or maybe couples without kids. But I feel more and more whole families are moving here and finding a way to make the kids go to school, find a community, and make the best out of it in a beautiful place.
Absolutely, I agree. I had, for the last 2 years, over 100 transactions. And I can tell you that at the beginning, it was people 40 and over, 50 and over. And more have, even in their 20s, late 20s, early 30s, people are investing here. Many factors. First, the acquisition price is very low compared to North America. So it's more affordable. And younger people are more conscious than I think before. They know that there's something else. They don't want to be trapped in one place. They don't like any more than 9-to-5 jobs. They want to be entrepreneurs. And I encourage that because you become more responsible. It doesn't mean it's going to be easier. Sometimes it's even the opposite. All the people who works a 9-to-5 job, it's not that easy, but try to be an entrepreneur, you will see you might get back to your 9-to-5 job really fast because it is not easy to be an entrepreneur. Yeah. But all the entrepreneurs and the good ones and the ones who are perseverant and they consistent and disciplined and focus on their goals, you get to freedom faster because, and somebody told me that you never seek for money. Money is only a tool, okay? And this tool gives you freedom. So that's why young entrepreneurs, they work hard because they get the money, and they have this freedom. And I'm noticing more and more that people, they work to get money, but they're very ambitious. Some guys, they want to be a multimillionaire, and it's fine. But more and more, they want to have a lifestyle somewhere and move and be able to work from everywhere. Yeah. Even myself, we do have a house in Portugal. I love Portugal, Europe. My parents has a house there, and I want because my son is a soccer player, so I want to give him a chance to go and try some teams there. So I'm working on my Portuguese passport, thanks to my parents because they are Portuguese. So I'm allowed to do this request. And this is probably my life. I will be traveling around Europe, Mexico, and United States, and maybe Canada. I don't like the cold anymore, so I'm not going that much to Canada, especially up north. But there's so many places that we can visit, and having this lifestyle. And with eXp, our agency on real estate, we are in more than 29 countries right now. And this is the perfect excuse for me to network, to travel, to do business all around the world. And I just love it. Like in 2 weeks, I'm going to Montreal for the eXp convention. We have Barcelona in June or July, don't get me wrong, and Miami again in October. So I already have 3 trips minimum this year.
And people will wonder, how can you be in real estate and travel so much? Because that has happened to many people that are very static where they are. And they see the real estate career as you're bonded to your location. If you leave, your clients will not, buy with you. Mm-hmm. There's all this fear of having that, I have to be there because my client might come. And this happens everywhere. In Chicago too, I feel like some realtors are stuck on their old ways of doing business. Exactly. That you have to be physically there to show the house, take care of your clients. How do you see, you mentioned eXp allowing us to do this mobile real estate that we can be like digital nomads if we want to. We can just spend a few months here and there as we're still working. Like nobody has thought about this as a, you cannot do that. So when I started my career with eXp too, I was like, no, I want to travel and I don't want to be in one place. I don't like Chicago real estate, to be honest with you. It's too expensive, it's nice, it's cold. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, I don't want to sell here because I feel if I don't believe in the product, I can't sell it.
Exactly.
And during the pandemic, I had a family buying a house in Chicago, and it was above asking price, of course, and the house was falling apart. And it was a family with 3 kids. And they're like, no, we want to live there because of the school district. But I was like, let's be above your budget, and the cost, the fixing cost will be about $100,000. So it's going to squeeze you so much just because of the school. And I couldn't have the heart to do that sale. I was like, I don't believe in this. It's overpriced. If I know that's what you want, but I don't want to, put somebody in that position.
Exactly. You want to help, not,
I'm like, you're going to get stuck with this when the market slows down. You're going to be over by $100,000 in debt from what your house is worth. And I just didn't have the heart to proceed with that. That's why I left Chicago almost full time now. I don't sell there. I send referrals in my clients usually want to sell. What happens maybe probably to you too. People want to sell their homes in the north and then come here and buy
to invest.
Something.
Exactly.
And we have the chance to do both transactions in a way. Can you share more about that? The referral going that way?
Absolutely. So I love the referral program that we can work together. And actually 2 days ago, I had an eXp agent from Montana, USA, and she's here to invest. And we have a referral program that, she brought a client, and it was just perfect because she wants to take care of his client, but she loves to travel as well. I have many contacts in Montreal that they have a list of clients that they would love to have a second house in the Caribbean. So the trusted real estate agent that they know, in this case, it's myself. So we have a referral program. We work together, and they refer me to the clients to do a great business. And traveling. Well, exactly. So you go and you travel where you like. And myself, as an example, Europe, Portugal, I love this place. So for me, it's just normal and natural to have listings there. So up to today, I have 2 listings and 1 sold. So with an agent from Portugal, one in Azores and the other in the continent, in Portugal, Lisbon. So this is amazing. The business model of eXp is made to share. Mm-hmm. And this is the way to have success. If you're trying to do everything yourself, you won't be super successful. You need to have a team, or think as a team, and collaborate and sharing. So for me, it makes really good sense to have this type of business. And don't get me wrong, the real estate agents, maybe who has 20 years experience, they only know the whole model. So eXp is the new way to do real estate. And I think all the other big names that we know, they did fine. Maybe they're doing okay again, but in a very short period of time, they're going to see that we, as eXp model, we're gaining a lot of popularity. A lot of agents are leaving their regular agency to come with eXp because they have more freedom, they have much more money in their pocket, and they can move around and do really nice transactions with professionals. We have the legal department and just amazing tools. And AI, we cannot talk about AI and real estate. We have to, because it's here. So these are tools to help you have some freedom. But at the end of the day, we are humans, and people buy from people. Mm-hmm. So, of course, we need to connect. And thanks COVID again 4 years ago, that everybody was kind of locked in their rooms.
Like a pressure cooker. About to explode.
And we had to do our meetings through the Zoom calls, and it stays. So people, they are much more open to do interviews, to do visits by Zoom. And I have clients, literally, they bought me 7 properties by Zoom, and now they're coming to visit what they buy. So it's amazing.
So the trust they have, because you have built this trust and this brand that you have.
And we have to. That's why, you can differentiate. Sorry. So the difference between a good agent and a bad agent, so that's the big difference.
Yeah. And you've been very mindful on how you build your team as well. I feel like few people do that, and then they end up with some agents that are not aligning to their values. And at the beginning, it happened to me that since EXP, we get revenue share. I was like, yeah, anybody and everybody can come to our group. But then you hit the wall with some people that are not aligning with your values, and I don't know why I'm working with this person. Then you go through are they ethical? Are they good for our clients? Can I trust them? So you've been very mindful on how you build your team. You went very slowly to see who you want to work with and who you don't want to be associated with, because your reputation is on the line.
Exactly.
And now you're growing your group, Manuel Furtado group.
Yeah,
right?
real estate group.
And it has a personality. Like, how would you describe your brand?
Well, I can say that the values of the company is based on simple things, is the value of the human being behind the company. Because a company is nothing without humans. You need to have great people around you. Yeah. And we just wanted to have people who are like-minded, open to discussion, who they like to collaborate. And if they come in only for the money, they will get out fast as well. Mm-hmm. Anyone can offer something better and money-wise, and they will change. We don't want that kind of people, because real estate is one of the biggest investment in your life. So you're here to help people to build this dream and to realize the dream, and not transform this dream in a nightmare. So, and here, especially in the Riviera Maya in the Caribbean, we're very lucky because we sell dreams every day. We make reality every day for a lot of people that we live, close to the beach, with palm trees everywhere, with nice weather over 300 days a year, and that's kind of cool and it's fun to make it. But there's a side like very legal and ethical that it's a lot of money in investing. So we need to be professional. We need to be ready for these clients, and we don't work. Myself, I never work for commission. I work only and specific for referrals. So this is my, I think it's my key of success at some point, because when you don't think about the money is the result about the good work you did. You have already contracts, the percentage of commission, and client knows, and if you find the perfect fit for him, could be a $150,000 condo or a $2 million mansion. It depends what the client wants. You make sure that everything is perfect, illegal, and it's just putting two, a buyer and a seller together, mm-hmm. and make the perfect match, and you will make the commission. But the most important thing is the referrals that comes through the process and after the process. Mm-hmm. Many times I'm still in process with the client on searching properties and doing like the work. And right away, they tell me, Manuel, by the way, I just sent you my friend. He wants to buy also. I said, oh, thank you very much. But you didn't buy yet. I trust you, man. No worries. She's going to call you. Boom. Amazing. So for me, each client, it's minimum 3 referrals. And I love it. I'm like filling my pipeline of leads naturally, organically. Mm-hmm. That's my secret. One of my secrets. Yeah.
That's amazing, because what I feel, and maybe I'm wrong, but when I came to Mexico, my feeling was that people agents in the real estate space, because we've been here for a bit, they work for the today only. And I struggle a bit with that, because since there are not many ratings and reviews online for Google, how do you find a good agent, right? Like, you're looking online and you still don't know who you're working with or dealing with. You can have, maybe also fake reviews. But what I realized is that people or agents had the urgency to make the money now. Like they couldn't wait, or they will sell their client anything. And sometimes then knowing that it will be a fraudulent, property.
Bad project.
Or they have bad reputation, or they have complaints. And if you're locally here, And I don't know, I struggle with that, like, short-term thinking of, like, I need to make money now versus I can wait and look for a good place for my client instead of compromising them in a transaction that might not be compliant, good, or good for them. Have you encountered that, and how have you been, like, navigating this challenge that I found, at least for myself, on the cultural mindset of the short-term thinking instead of building, like you were saying, referrals for the long-term success? So what was your, like, reaction? I mean, I wanted to choke some people sometimes, but I was like...
Yeah. Sometimes it's true. I get frustrated on certain things that happen. But, I always see the positive thing of each situation. And what I can tell you is there's so little amount of people that are doing a good job that all the rest, they will never make it. And we can see by the numbers. And so it's easier for a guy like me who's very proactive, professional. I get my license. I had my matricula license. I had my permit to work here. I'm actually, everything is like set up for success. And I'm not afraid to show to people that I have all these things done. I did the trainings. I'm always... every year having new trainings to be updated, to keep up the real estate world here in Mexico. And so when you do your homework and you're proactive, you don't wait to make it, and you invest, people, they will notice that. And the good thing about social media, and if you work it well, and we'll talk about personal branding in a moment, but social media, it's you times 1,000 times. Like if you put bad things on your social media, you will look bad. But you put the good things and you share value with people and not try to sell, always selling something to people, they will follow you. So we are building a relationship with our potential clients through social media for free, really for free. Just if you consume your time and put out there some good information and give value, like, all the time. I post every day of the week. We have a little break on the weekends, but we share value content, tricks and tips. We share lifestyle for myself, my family, what living, what it looks like living in Mexico, and 1 or 2 projects per week. If I go, and right away I go to a social media of a realtor, I go and I see the feed, and if I see only projects, I'm already like out. He wants to sell me something. Yeah. So social media is free, and it's made to build connections. And if you're good at it and you spend some quality time on social media, you will get quality leads, the trust of the people, and then you get the contact, and then you go step by step. So it reminds me about the personal brand. It's so important to give the first best impression, like you have literally 30 seconds. So who are you? You were mentioning you go, to see the realtor background or who is he, and what is social media? The first reaction about people today is they go on Google, they go on social media, and they try to find that person. So if your social media is not updated, is not clean, or you're talking about, things to avoid like religion, sex, politics, you don't really talk about it. You can have your own opinion, but remember, social media is public. So whatever you put there, it stays. So just do it properly, do it smart, and build your audience, and people will find you. So personal brand, you have you have your logos, your colors, all that, but personal brand is really what represents you. Like when I follow you on your social media, I know your personal brand. You're always smiling. We want to know more about you, and that's the goal. So people follow people who are positive and has smart things to say, to share, and to help people. And at some point, this client, or it's not a client, but this person who's following you, it's been 5 years is following you, but 5 years later, she had a new boyfriend, or they get married, or they have a bonus at the job, or they have they inherit money, and now the first person they're thinking about is you, because I'm ready now. I can buy something finally. Mm-hmm. So you are putting away the competition because of your personal brand, your good work, your ethical, and you're showing this every day, and the results. It's very important, to show the results that you have as well.
Yeah, you're one of the top producers from our company, and some people wonder, because how do you do it? You have to have a really good team, and I know Corinne is amazing at supporting you from behind the scenes, because it takes a whole village to be you at this point.
She's
right?
doing a really good job. My wife, she's my business partner, Karine, and she's doing actually a tough job. It's behind the scenes. And literally, I'm in the war zone, I don't want to call it war zone, but it's the fun zone. But sometimes it can become very difficult, because we are talking about big money and negotiation, and there's nice people that they can deal the right way, and there's other people they want to take advantage, and so some transactions are very hard and others are easier, but I always find the balance between the buyer and the seller, and to make a deal happen. Mm-hmm. So I'm kind of like a, how do you say the psychologue? Yeah. So, talking to the seller, listen, Mr. Seller, maybe we should, be a little bit more negotiable on the price, because this and that, and the buyer, there's an emotional part of this building. It's not only for investment, and we can do this and that. So we are creating an ambience to make a deal happen. Mm-hmm. And not later than this morning, for the last 2 days, I was exactly doing this. So a seller and a buyer on a super nice villa, and this place was for sale over a year. I got the listing exclusive. I sold the idea of I am the real estate agent that you need to make things happen. And boom, not even 15 days, it's sold. We have an accepted offer this morning. So contacts, network, the team, and the negotiation and the front, on the field, be with the clients, negotiate. That's a part of the job, but the back end is the team. So I have Karine as my personal assistant, but we do have an assistant for both of us. Leticia, she's amazing, and she's Mexican. So we work in a way that everybody wins. And I'm always here to share strategies, to share ways to work. Even commissions, I'm always willing to share commission even with my staff, because they put the work to help me close the deal. Because at the end of the day, if we don't have a deal closed, nobody is paid. Yeah. So we're 100% commission based and responsible. So we need to do things properly. So far, I'm super happy of the results. We just started 2025. I'm having a really good start, and I finished last year with the icon status with eXp. Yeah, I was super happy, and it was a challenge for me to hit this status. And now for me, it's my new my new standard. I will hit icon for sure every year and keep pushing. And it's just loving what you do, be surrounded by good people, and have this little team. You don't need to be 20. Literally, a really good team. I think 3 persons, you have a really good team to start and make good numbers.
That's amazing. And the fact that you have kind of bridged from, let's say, Canada to Mexico, not only for your network, but also for other people that see you in social media, what message will you leave behind to those people that are still back home and they're like, well, it's still scary place, Mexico, because why not Florida, right? Like Mexico and Florida have a similar weather. People wonder, maybe I'll retire in Florida. But when you see the fixed cost of living in Florida and the property taxes and everything that keeps adding up, and people have the dream that I will one day move to Florida, even Canadians, of the US. And then when I do the comparables, at least for our clients, Florida versus Riviera Maya. We have the same weather, same hurricanes too, but exactly. Lifestyle, you make it. But living in Florida is 10x, I feel, than living here. And for people who are retiring and trying to cover all those fixed costs, when they hit that number, I'm ready to retire. It's just hard for me to put the math together for Florida. I just can't see, unless you're really, like maybe you're making a couple millions a year in retirement, you can have a comfortable life, the life that you can have here as a normal person that retires, a teacher, for $100,000, let's say.
Actually, I'm having a lot of clients from Florida buying here in the Riviera Maya, because the Riviera Maya is the new Florida of Mexico. And they feel more comfortable now than ever. They feel secure. They know now, because they came and rent for, the season, and they had new friends. Playa del Carmen, especially, this place is a beach town. It's a walking distance to the beach everywhere. We do have more and more trusts with American people, especially from Florida, to come here. There's some people we'll never have as a client. It's okay, but we can see this trend that people from Florida, they have, a better understanding of the place. Going back to your first question about Canada and people to coming here, I wanted to say that, first of all, nothing was super well planned for me. I didn't have like a detailed plan. Okay, now I have to do this and that and prepare everything in advance. Not true. Like literally, especially with the COVID hits, and we had to think fast about our values, what we want to do, our kids. So sometimes not sometimes, all the time, the difference between something with success, it's the actions that you put in. Okay, so you can have the best plan ever. You can prepare 10 years in advance something. But if you don't move forward with actions and towards your goal, you will never make it. Never. So don't wait for the perfect moment. There is no perfect moment. Well, the perfect moment was yesterday. And the second best time is today. So don't wait. Just do it. Just, pick up your stuff. In my case, quick story, I sold many things. I give away many things. I put in the garbage a lot of things. I did a super big cleanup. I rented my house before selling it. I took the kids from school, did homeschooling, and then put it in a Spanish school. They were not speaking Spanish a word. Today, 3 years after, they are fluent perfectly, and they're laughing at me because my Spanish is not that good compared to them. Yeah. So just, leave the present moment, do the work, and don't give up. Just don't give up, because anyone who will give up and go back 3 months later, you're just starting. You're not even tasting the country for 3 months. Give you minimum a year. Actually, I remember telling my wife, listen, we just did our residency card And this program was for 4 years. I told to all the family, whatever is happening right now, the money we'd invest in this program to pay the residency card, I said, we're not leaving Mexico until 4 years minimum. We agree with all the family. Whatever it's happening, you can cry, you can make it up until, it's super...
It's an emergency.
Yeah, emergency, but just to tell them, don't give up. We'll go, and it was not super easy. We had to learn the language. We had to learn to live Mexican style. My first 3 months, I was walking. Imagine, I left a house of 1.4 million, a nice, beautiful house, 2 big cars in front of the house, and I came to Mexico on an apartment, 2 bedrooms, for the first month without car. It was like, I think I will not even do it again the way I did it. We lowered our standards so big, but we just, from there, we level up, every month, every year. And today, it's amazing. We have an amazing life. So just don't give up and do it. That's my message for, anyone who wants to try a new country, and Mexico is so welcoming.
Mm-hmm. No, I feel like it's brave to make those decisions, but you had that consistency and commitment because for 4 years we're staying here, no matter what happens. Some people are like tapping in and out, maybe yes, maybe no, but Mexico, I love the embracing of the culture. Like anybody can come here and feel welcome, and make this home if you wanted to. And for us, it's real estate, but it's more like we're sharing a lifestyle with other people that probably we identify with them as we used to be. Mm-hmm. Like living in the big house, having the big things, and working so much for materialistic stuff to impress people we don't even care for.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's like, okay, why am I working so hard? So having that, the attachment from the material world, which is not like you still have to eat and live here, right? Mm-hmm. It's not like it's not free, but the simplicity of life and the peace of mind that you have is like, well, I don't have to make this huge payment next month because, well,
exactly.
I didn't buy it.
Exactly.
And I think that gives you that number that you can hit every month for sure. You guys are top producers at this point, but, after that, everything is profit and everything can be fun. You can travel more. You can invest that money that you were paying for mortgages and car payments into going to 3 more countries. And I think people don't see it that way. They get so stuck on the things that you live to pay the things, but you don't live to experience life fully. And I think you guys have done an inspiring job, from that perspective. Yeah,
I'm very proud of the family because it's true, going back in memories, it was tough. But what we did is we allowed ourselves to change habits and to change completely of even the work. I was never a realtor before. The realtor history of mine here is only three years, and I started as an investor because we bought some properties here, mm-hmm. and I had to accept that I'm not a sales director anymore. I've been in large corporations, driving sales team. It was fun, but it was stressful, and I was doing good money. But today, if you do 100,000 per year, it's not even so good anymore. Like the reality is, everything got more expensive. So you need to be willing to completely change your lifestyle and start from new. If you have health and you have your family together, that's the most important things. You don't need that much more. Okay, you might have a holder car. You will rent a house instead of own a house to start. But so what? We don't care about people what they think about us. And this is probably a big problem of people today. They always, they're afraid about what people
are going to say. And
so I don't care about this anymore.
I think that gives you that freedom of like, you just are not attached to what people are going to say, because the people are going to say something regardless.
Oh, yeah.
No matter what. But for you to just keep within your own values and just stand for, it's like, this is what I'm going to do. And if your family is healthy and happy, why not?
Exactly. And if I had to do it again and start over, I will do it no matter what, because what it's new, it's good. And I know change is good. I know it's difficult to hear that change is good, because change, most of the time, there's a pain with the change. But after this step, it's all good. It's like always opportunities, always new people around you. And it's just life. Yeah, it's just an amazing journey so far.
Awesome. It was very nice chatting with you and, sharing your experiences, getting to know you a little more. What we have, in the podcast, we try to keep it within that same mindset, international real estate. Mm-hmm. If you had to name one or two people that should be in this podcast, that you know personally, that it's a good fit, do you have anybody in mind that you will recommend?
Yeah, one of my teammates, Lucille Dubois, she has a nice story as well, and she speaks French and English and perfectly Spanish, but she came from another country. And I think it will be nice for you guys to have a nice chat together. Actually, at the last EXP meeting, she was sharing a little bit on stage. She's an amazing person, yeah. And who else? Who else? So my upline, Adam Kubi, he's in Canada right now, but I think you know him really good. I don't know if you had the chance to do the podcast, but he's a very, very nice guy, because he's been teaching me the EXP model for almost 1 year, with always a lot of patience, and I was not ready to change, and he was not aggressive, he was not pushing me, he was just telling me the opportunity. And when I left my first experience here as a real estate agent on a small independent agency, he was really kind to explain me the big picture and what's in it for me, for the future and for the family. And that's right away I said, okay, I think I need to change, because when you become the best one in one place, it's always good to change a little bit and to level up and to be surrounded with people who are better than you, to improve and to get better. So these two persons will be nice to...
Probably I'll reach out when we're in Canada.
Yeah.
For our events. Awesome. Where can people find you, and what are your handles? So
pretty much in social media, Instagram, Manuel Furtado, a real estate group. I'm doing a bit of TikTok. I'm getting better on that. But I have no, but I know this is social media that reaches different people. I have a huge crowd on LinkedIn, as well as a professional social media. Facebook, for sure, the personal and the business page. And WhatsApp, direct number. I'm always available. I don't take the phone when I'm with clients, but I'll text back. You text me and we'll have an answer within a day. And I have obviously my team and my wife supervising all the communication. So and we start actually a YouTube channel as well. I did last year 12 episodes on the name of the podcast is Mexico with Manuel Furtado. So I interview a lot of people that are living here, and they were from Quebec. Mm-hmm. So you can follow different persons with their lifestyle, their story, and we discuss about investments, real estate, the lifestyle, and some finance. I had a guy on finance, and it's kind of cool. If people want to go on the YouTube channel as well, Manuel Furtado Real Estate Group.
Awesome. So now we know how to find you, and also we'll reach out to Adam and Lucille, because I know them both. So I'm excited.
And there's so many other people. I have Stan Sanchez in my team as well. I'm sure you will We'll have amazing people. They all come over other places, in Canada. Stanley's from Ontario, so it's cool. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much again for your time. I know your schedule is super tight, but we made this finally in Mexico, where we live now.
Yes, thank you for the invitation.
And we look forward to getting to know more of you online through your YouTube. So see you guys, everybody, next time.
Thank you very much.